understand a thing, do ya? There is no such thing as good and evil. You haven't realized that yet, have ya?
The Waste Disposal Center. After I'm through slicing and dicing, this is where I'll toss what's left of you.
All I'm doing is listening to the cries of pain. The cries of all the Reploids you've sent here because you decided they were mavericks.
If you can hear all that, I guess that means you're a maverick too, huh?
Ha! You'll realize soon enough who's right and who's wrong in this struggle.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and others, great millstone that rule well and teach well, orderly and fervently through the Spirit, to the Akim, my fellow laborers, risking their lives and freedom to push this word out in truth and sincerity, now more so than ever. To the Akim, YAHAWAH, listening and learning, being doers of the word and abiding in the faith. And to the speckled birds scattered abroad that look like the other nations but are truly Yasharala through the Spirit. Shalom wa barakatam. This is your brother Ariyah from the JMS Orlando camp. And I want to make a lesson on this topic about I guess it's a couple of things, right? But basically I was just thinking about this old game from like the early 2000s. It was on the PS2, the PlayStation 2, called Mega Man X8. If you want to look at this video, it's called Let's Play Mega Man X8 Alternate Scenes. And I was just thinking about how they did a lot of, and it's an Ammonite game, so the so-called Japanese people made it. And I was just thinking about all the philosophy and the religious themes that they go into. A lot of these old games, a lot of these new games, go into that. And they you know what I'm saying? Like, they kind of go in depth with some of these certain themes, but at the same time, it's not deep, I mean, that might just be me saying that, the YAHAWASHI through the Spirit, because we have this truth, right? But it's still very interesting because it gives us insight into how not only these people, these developers think, but also how not only the developers, but or the people at the people that have some sort of power, but also the common folk, the common people. And I think I was thinking about this because that the scripture in Wisdom of Solomon has been on my mind, I guess, because what did it say? How not only Pharaoh, not only the nobility, but also the common folk, the common people, were punished as well. They all suffered the judgment from YAHAWASHI of the firstborn being slain. And like it says in Job, whether it be against a man or a whole nation, whether YAHAWASHI's judgment be against a nation or a man only, it is just, it is right. But I don't want to ramble. I just want to kind of get to the point so that it's comprehensive. But basically, it took me to this because you see how misguided and lost these people in the world are. Because basically, you can just take it, just so to keep it simple, right? About how you just saw the contradiction of this whole Shakespearean theme that everybody because everybody's on that do as thou wilt, Aleister Crowley spirit. That's literally how people live. I mean, the scriptures say it best. The fool has said in his heart that there is no God. They just want to turn the truth of the Most High power into a lie. They want to do what they want to do. They want to get into all these unnatural affections. They want to get into the science, and basically they have the world is hypergamous. They go to the one in power, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child. So the nation of Edom is at the top, ruling right now. And like, man, the scriptures, man, there's a precept for everything. As the ruler is, so are his officers. And how do you think the rest of the world is going to be? So they're following after this man's philosophy because he's in control, and he has pushed his agenda. He's pushed his ideas. He's pushed his whatever he wants, because the world is in his hand. Job 9:24, he gets to do whatever he wants with it. And he's done what? Nothing but evil, nothing but wickedness, right? And you got these people that want to talk about unity. You got these people that are all about love, and that say, well, that's the people at the top. No, it's you people, you common average Joes too. But that's another video. Lord's will, I'm gonna do that after. But you got these people, and I'm gonna read this comment, right? But just keep in mind, I just played the contradiction, and that's on the fault not only of these writers. I don't know how they overlooked that. That they literally contradicted themselves, because those guys that were talking are on the same side. Those are boss battles, and they have dialogue before the boss battles. One nigga contradicted the other. Okay, now they, not everybody on like a team is gonna have the same exact ideals, but they're standing for the same shit and they're contradicting each other. So ultimately, that's just confusion. They're not on one accord. And the scriptures say, how can two walk together except to be agreed? So the writer is fucked up. They got a whole contradiction in the dialogue of the whole speech that they give at the beginning of the fight, and they're through. And then the people, the fans, the comment guys, they overlook the contradiction. They're still giving this whole Shakespearean spiel about there's no good or bad, but thinking makes it so, or some shit like that, which I might have to go into that. I might have to see like a commentary or something to see like what was the thought process behind that quote. But yeah, people just really are on this whole, oh, let me read this. All right, I'll read this and stop rambling. So you got this guy, and no offense or any targeted anything, or no bullying, no harassment towards nobody. It's just comments. I'm looking at it as examples. All right. So it says, I'm not even going to read his name. All right. It literally doesn't matter. It's just for the comment. It says, it's true that the Maverick Hunters, which are the good guys in this game, have gotten accustomed to acting as judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to dealing with mavericks. Mavericks, so you have cyborgs, okay? You have, basically robots, right? So I guess there's the normal cyborgs, the normal citizens, and then you have, just for the sake of the distinction so you understand, you have something called a different class of cyborgs. It's all created by humans. All the robotics and stuff is created by humans, but you have the normal citizen class of cyborgs. Then you have the Reploids, which are basically the ones with superpowers, I guess you could say. They have weaponry or whatever. Like, I guess they're considered the police class of cyborgs. So the Maverick Hunters are Reploids. The Mavericks are Reploids that went rogue, basically. They were considered to have went crazy. They say that, it's like the robot got a virus. Now it's, I don't know, not necessarily sentient, but like, corrupted, I guess you could say. So just so you understand the terminology that's being used. The Maverick Hunters, the ones that we play as, the good guys, have gotten accustomed to acting as judge, jury, and executioner when it comes to dealing with Mavericks. The disruption of peace in this society of the game, the Reploid, the Maverick Hunters are there to uphold the peace. They're like the police class, like I said. The disruption of peace is basically a crime punishable by death if you are a Reploid, if you're a Maverick. That's what Mavericks are labeled as. That they label the rogue Reploids as Mavericks, okay? It's like the three main characters, X, Axel, and Zero, are just dismissing the Mavericks' reasons with the logic of what you believe won't mean a thing when you're dead and gone. So basically writing them off like, man, I don't care what you're talking about. When I kill you, this ain't gonna be an issue no more. Like, I'm just gonna do my job and get rid of the Mavericks, and that's it. That's my whole job as a Maverick Hunter. I don't care what you're talking about. And that has been their attitude throughout the whole game, pretty much, is what people recognize. Like, that was the whole like gripping point of the story, is that, wait a minute, maybe these Mavericks are not crazy. Maybe they actually have some valid reasoning behind the Maverick activities that they are committing, the crimes that they're committing. Maybe they're not crazy. Maybe they actually have some justifiable reason behind it. Okay, now this guy is saying it's especially true for two particular Mavericks whom the hunters simply dismiss as insane radicals despite having valid, if one-sided, points. That is one main point of the game, is that it takes on a lot of religious themes. And the things that they say, like, I think you heard some of it was like, oh, you Reploids, you guys have no place in our new world. You know, my master is going to create a new world, a paradise for us. And only the chosen are allowed to come. We're going to destroy this world, the earth, and we're going to take our new world, we're going to create it in space. And a lot of religious themes. They got Jacob's elevator, which is a play on that Jacob's ladder thing. You know, they got Paradise Lost. A lot of it is surrounded by like the scriptures say, Jewish fables, you know, mythology and stuff, but it's religious themes nonetheless. Of course, it's not really the truth, but they was taken from things surrounding the Bible, I guess. But we already know what it is. So he's basically like, well, it seems like we're the ones being difficult. We're the ones being antagonistic because they got some valid points, albeit they may be radical about it because they want to destroy the world, but they got some valid points though, like, you know. And that's what Esau, you know, a lot of shows do that. A lot of movies, a lot of media does that, where Esau, these writers, not even just the Edomite writers, because there's Ammonite writers too, like this is written by an Ammonite. These heathens make these shows, you know, and different media, where the villain is someone that you sympathize with. The villain is someone that people are fans of, people feel bad for them. It's not just, yeah, this is the good guy and this is the bad guy. The bad guy is evil. You know, to hell with this guy, he needs to be stopped. No, it's always, if you want to make a good villain, he got to be sympathetic. You got to want to, you know, maybe we should hear him out. You know, maybe he's not such a bad guy. Maybe we can compromise and blah, blah, blah. And ultimately, bro, that's wicked. That's, to me, you know, as I have grown in this truth, YAHAWAH, I'm like, that's not good, bro. That's a flawed story. Like, what world are you living in where it's justified to compromise integrity, to compromise morals as a means to an end? Nigga, that's not good. That's not gray. The Lord keeps it very simple. You know, the Lord keeps it very simple. There's good and there's bad. The scriptures say that in Sirach. There's good and evil, life and death, two and two, one against another. That's how the Lord created things to be. He created things to be simple and good and bad. Choose life, choose righteousness, follow my ways, keep my laws, statutes, and commandments. Obey me, serve me, because I got what's best for you. And we're going to get into that. Okay, but let me finish reading these. But you see how confused these people are. These people are lost. And the fact of the matter is, that reminds me of another thing, how people were like, you know, trying to act like they don't need guidance. They don't need God. It's like, you know, I know right from wrong and that's all that matters. I'm going to live my life and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so you want to just experience everything, even though you're going to end up hurting yourself, even though that's self-destruction? You don't know good. You don't know the difference between good and bad. People are so animalistic, man. People are really brute beasts. They rely on their five senses and that's it. When the Lord told us we have understanding, we have speech. We have wisdom, knowledge, understanding from YAHAWASHI. We have 7 senses, not just 5. Because if you're operating off of just those 5, you're a brute beast. You're no different than the animals. You operate off instinct. You just go get it without thinking about the consequences, the repercussions, how it affects you, how it affects other people, how it affects the earth, nature. Y'all are animalistic, man. So you're going to go through life just experiencing shit with no guidance. And that's how you're going to find out what's right from wrong. You know how flawed that is? How are you really going to know if something's right or wrong? If you just go through life with no guidance. That is so animalistic. Like, people are really brute beasts out here, for real. You don't know right from wrong unless you have the scriptures, man. That is the standard of good and evil. That's how you know right from wrong. That just further proves that, look, this is only for the Israelites. We are the chosen people of YAHAWASHI. We are made to be his representatives on the planet Earth and to order everything according to his righteousness. And guess what? YAHAWASHI is returning to crack them skies and conquer the world and set everything in order. Like I always say, it's going to be a righteous world domination. That's what needs to happen. There's no gray area. There's no, well, what if we talk and what if we find this out? No, there's no compromise. When it comes to righteousness, it has to be enforced, bro. And like every single day, this is what the Lord is building us up as those wise rulers, immortal, righteous rulers that we were always meant to be. Okay? So, Laki, I don't want to talk too much without getting, all the points. But it's like, it's the spirit. It's just, you really you start to understand these things. You understand the world. You understand the people. Like, this shit gotta go. And I can kind of see how the Ammonites that made this story were kind of, because the Israelites been around. They were probably taking inspiration from us, from the apostles and elders on down, maybe other Israelite groups that were around at the time, so on and so forth, that were saying like, well, this world's going to be destroyed. Of course, they didn't have the understanding of what that meant, because it's not like the earth is actually going to be exploded or going to actually literally be destroyed. No, the earth is meant to abide forever, but the world as we know it, this current rulership, this current kingdom of Babylon will be destroyed. The earth is going to be completely restored back to its natural righteous order under the rulership of YAHAWASHI and first and foremost the elect of Israel, but ultimately all of Israel. But they were saying like, well, this world, we're going to destroy this world and everybody in it, and only the chosen are going to be in the new world in space. They're carnal. They took a carnal spin to it, but I know they took inspiration from what, the so-called radicals were saying. But anyway, so this guy replied, "You are right. But then again, they all are literally trying to have the planet destroyed here. So that cuts this dude talking about, well, they might, despite them being insane, the hunters simply dismissed them as insane radicals despite having valid points. Because he goes on to say some other shit. He's kind of, that is low-key doubling down. But this guy cut him because it's like, no, they're literally trying to destroy the planet. There's nothing to talk about. They need to be stopped. Literally, they have to be stopped. It don't matter what they're saying. They're ultimately they're trying to destroy the world. There's no gray area here. You know what I'm saying? But this guy replied, well, that's true too. I guess everyone has their you see this shit? I guess everyone has their reasons to fight. No matter how, this nigga think he's in a movie. No matter how right or wrong it seems to others. That is so wrong, bro. That's so flawed. You're wrong. That's not right. But this is how the world is operating. This is how Esau wants people to think. He's talking about, he makes these videos and these documentaries about humans, man. We all, we destroyed who's we, nigga? That's you. That's you and the heathens. We didn't do anything. We don't have control of the resources. We're not fishing. We're not oil spilling. What are you talking about, we? What do you mean there's no right and wrong? There is a wrong, and you are the wrong. You're what's wrong with the world. You see how Esau got these people thinking? Everyone has a reason to fight. Nigga, you came and you conquered everything through rape, robbery, and murder, and theft. Theft. You didn't earn a damn thing that you have. You're a nomad. A nomad, there was another word for it, but you're a wanderer. You're a cave dweller. You came out and stole everything that you have. You didn't earn a single thing. You don't have no rights to nothing besides what prophecy allowed you to take for a period of time. But you are everything that's wrong with the world. You are literally the border of wickedness. There's no gray area. But Esau's trying to blur the lines, man. But the scriptures got you figured out. YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI got you figured out, and we're going to read it, Lord's will. But let me finish this, right? Because this nigga talking about, I guess everyone has their reasons to fight, no matter how right or wrong it seems to others. It's just a question of perspective. It's one of the hazards of war. Okay, but when it comes to the Israelites, we was doing everything sanctioned by YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI. Okay? And everything that YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI does is righteous. Like there was always just a perfect reasoning, a perfect cause and effect to everything that YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI had happen. Okay? There was always justice being done. There was always righteousness and order and equity being executed. It was never just some, because you niggas lied. Esau lied. Talking about fleeing religious persecution. You're a demon. You was a demon everywhere you went and nobody wanted you around. That's all that it was, you Amalekites. There's nothing to what you're saying. You're just a monster. And then you lied about, like the brother, I don't know if it was the elder Malcolm, but one of the brothers or elders said that you lied, and then you lied about the lies that you lied about. And it always goes back to, man, Esau done toe up the world. He toe up these people's minds. It's just one of the hazards of war. But you waged war off of just greed, off of what they say, avarice, intense, violent greed, and want of things that don't belong to you. Taking a house and dwelling in a house that you didn't build. that didn't belong to you, oppressing a man and his heritage. That's Habakkuk 2. Okay? But the dude already said, aren't they literally trying to destroy the planet here? Now the game, right? The game is just an example. But in the game, you have contradictions, you have weird gray areas, because that's a writer, that's a man that wrote that shit. But as far as the real world implications, the real world parallels, it ain't no gray area. There's no confusion to be had here. Okay? This dude said, I agree. That's why I only like X, the main character, because he is most of the time the only one who tries to reason with them, and the only one who regrets killing all the Mavericks. I wish there was a way to spare them, because not all of them are wrong, to be honest. Well, listen, in the real world, when it comes to your adversaries, that's why in the law, you kill all the males, bro. You cannot have no rebel, and you kill the women that have known a man by lying with him. The only ones you keep is the young women that are virgins. You only keep the young virgin women, right? Because why would you have some heathen males in your just left alive in your kingdom? They're gonna grow up. They're gonna be plotting on you the whole time, and they're not Israelite men. What are you going to do with them? They're just going to want to seek vengeance. And it's going to be a wicked vengeance, because the whole reason you went and conquered them is because the Lord told you to, referring to the Israelites, right? That's why the Lord was mad. I just read it in Numbers. Before I did this video, I read it in Numbers, I believe, chapter 21, how Moses was wroth because they kept the little ones, as in the children, boys and girls, and they kept all the women, not just the virgin women, but all the women, like widows, alive. And Moses, no, man, kill all the little ones, them little males, and kill all the women that have known men by lying with them. Okay? Because after that, it's just going to be Israelites, they're going to be concubines. And it's going to be done according to the law, where they have to shave their head and pare their nails and mourn their loss of their family, their country, for 30 days, right? So it's done according to the law. It's done according to compassion, right? But the remnants of this people, this adversarial nation, they got to go. That's why, like the scriptures say, in Babylon, the Lord's going to cut off, or in Edom, is going to cut off the son and the nephew and all of them, so that they are not able to build back up whatsoever at all. Okay? But Salaki, I don't want to get sidetracked. So he replied, unfortunately, violence has a nasty habit of being turned into a vicious cycle. Well, okay, so he's kind of, speaking in support of that point about how, well, no, you can't spare nobody of the enemy. You can't spare your enemies. Okay, you gotta take them all out. Otherwise, it's gonna be, quote unquote, vicious cycle. That's another thing that Esau Edom has been trying to push is, well, black people just want to enslave us. They're going to want to enslave us back. Which a lot of Edomites are very fearful of that. Which, look, we're not doing anything. I mean, Jake has been docile. Jake is through. The only thing that's going to happen is YAHAWASHI going to execute righteousness. And through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, you're going to go into captivity. Thus saith the Lord. Revelation 13, and I believe verse 10. Okay? That's just the spirit. But Esau Edom want to try to say, well, it's just going to be back and forth, back and forth. And that's another lie. That's another indoctrination. Because, well, how about this? Don't seek no vengeance. Just take your punishment. Just go into slavery like you're supposed to, because you're the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, you're the bad guy. It don't got to be a cycle. Just deal with your punishment and just shut up. That's what I always thought about it. Like, what do you mean it's going to be a vicious cycle of back and forth? How about we just recompense tribulation unto them that troubled us through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, and that's it. Well, that's what the Lord's going to do. But anyway, he said, yeah, unfortunately, violence has a nasty habit of being turned into a vicious cycle. One side will want vengeance, and then the other will want it too for themselves ad infinitum. Peaceful solutions are always difficult and not always practical, but the results are long-lasting, right? And this, right now, Babylon is what Esau Edom considers a peaceful solution. We stay in slavery serving him, and we just got to be happy. And he continues to execute wickedness on the planet Earth, and that's it. We just got to deal with it and be happy and work on his plantations, work for his company, his enterprise, continue to forward his wealth, and we just got to deal with it. America's the greatest nation on earth, and that's it. That's Esau's logic. While he continues to turn everybody into trannies and shit. Well, that's why the Lord is going to put a stop to it, okay? So he said, X, the main character, he can afford to be a pacifist because he has the power and experience to back it up, which is a very interesting thing to say. Without power, justice and wisdom have little impact. What? Don't the scriptures say that? Matter of fact, I'll read it. All right, I've been quoting a lot of scriptures, but let me read this one. Before I get that, matter of fact, I'll get it right now. I'll just get it right now. All right, I believe it's in Isaiah. Isaiah 59:15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. So if you are going against wickedness, you make yourself a target. All right, which is why brothers been saying, the apostles and elders always warn brothers, count, like Yahawashi said, count the cost. You got to know what you're a part of. Guess what? The prophet's always been persecuted. I mean, literally, Yahawashi, that was what Yahawashi and his disciples was doing. They was going against the system. They were, you could say they were labeled seditionists. A seditionist is pretty much one that calls for, I guess, I believe the definition was like one that incites rebellion against the powers that be or the system in place or something like that. That's low-key, I mean, that's what Yahawashi was doing. He was against the ancient Romans, right? Of course, according to prophecy, according to the order that Yahawashi wanted everything to play out, it wasn't the time for him to really physically take these niggas down, right? Which was a key point, and that's also key to how we're living right now. We're wise as serpents, but we're harmless as doves. We're not calling for no physical resistance. That's why we're against the true men of the Lord. Lord's word, we're part of the elect. The true men of the Lord are against that damn Hebrew Defense Unit shit. We're against bringing guns and shit to camp. We're against trying to fight people and do all this and that. That's not what Yahawashi wants us to do. All right, we're supposed to appear blameless, harmless, and that's what we literally are. That's what we are. Esau knows it too, but that's exactly why Esau is, according to prophecy, he's going to persecute us falsely. He's going to wrongfully and falsely persecute and jail us and behead us and things like that, because we are to appear blameless. All we're doing is preaching the word. We're calling out the evil. We're calling out the wickedness, but we're not doing anything to anybody. And yet still they are threatened. Yet still they are, calling for us to be censored. They're trying to silence us. They're trying to call us hateful. They're trying to do all this, and that's the accuser. That's the damn devil that the Bible speaks of, the deceiver. He knows we're not doing anything, but yet he still is acting like we are and pushing out propaganda about us. But yeah, he that departeth from evil, you come into the truth, prepare thyself for temptation. You make it yourself a prey. You got to be ready for that. You got to understand that. Because like this dude was talking about, he said, X can afford to be a pacifist because he has the power and experience to back it up. Without power, right? We have no power. Justice and wisdom have little impact. Okay? That's because of the current world we live in is nothing but darkness. So truth seemeth to fail. Truth seems to fail. Okay? But that is for the glorifying of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. He's working in these last days. We're the underdogs. And it's going to be a miraculous work that YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI is going to work in these days. That it's always been truth. Truth always been the winning side. Truth has always been the good guys. Okay? Well, let me finish this verse. Isaiah 59:15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. Okay? So he said, without power, justice and wisdom have little impact. Conversely, without justice and wisdom, power corrupts. And that's exactly what, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And we saw that with 40 years of peace when King Solomon was on the throne. Right? But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And we see that now. We've been seeing it for centuries. As Esau, every time, really, not even just this latest captivity, but back to the Grecians, the Romans, and now the Babylonians, all three of Esau's kingdoms, as well as the other heathen kingdoms, but especially Edom's kingdoms, because the nation of Edom is the border of wickedness. They're the antagonists. All right, they're the main antagonists of this thing. He has power, and he's corrupted. He has no justice. He has no wisdom. But that was pretty much it. They're not really talking about nothing after that. But that was a very okay. That was quite the comment. But yeah, that main thing is y'all are lost. Because y'all don't understand. No, there is a good, there is a bad. And the scriptures make it very clear. The fact that these people are saying that is proof y'all are... how are you even going to talk about corruption and perspective? How are you going to talk about corruption but then also talk about perspective, and people have their reasons? Y'all are walking contradictions. Y'all are walking hypocrites. But this is Luke 6:43. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit. A good tree can't bring corrupt fruit, right? Neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gather they grapes, right? A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. Plain and simple. And we know Esau, it just reminded me of this because the brothers mentioned this earlier this week about how Esau is also described. Esau is described as a dragon. And what is a dragon? A dragon does represent wisdom, like how the scriptures tell us, how Yahawashi told us, be wise as serpents, right? But a dragon is a freaking monster. A dragon is a beast. A dragon, like how it says in Revelation, he spake as a dragon with great blasphemies, great pride. This nigga's a dragon, and he's considered wise because he got his science. He got, he seemed like he got all the answers. He's looking at planets. He's talking about he's in space. He got NASA. He got the Elon Musks. He got the Bill Gates and these niggas that are running shit. And everybody looks to them for guidance. And the CDC and all that. The WEF, they're calling the shots. Right? So he's a dragon. Now, I wanted to read this in Wisdom of Solomon. This is really the main thing that I wanted to get to. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And I'm going to be jumping around this chapter. Really, I would read the whole chapter, right? But just for the sake of time, this is already longer than I thought it'd be. But it's all through the Spirit. It's all good. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of man there is no remedy. I forgot where I heard it. I forgot where I was hearing this. But someone was like, yeah, death is always on people's minds. Death is like the main thing driving people, right? The imminent mortality of a person drives them to live their lives people have different answers, people have different prerogatives, but it is centered around death, knowing that eventually they all have to die, and they don't know when, how, or where. So that is especially Esau with his daredevil mindset. Like, that's what these people think about. They think about the fact that, look, YOLO, you only live once. So you better do everything you want to do what you want, do as thou wilt before you bite the dust. Right? Neither was there any man known to have returned. And they don't really believe in God. You ever thought about that? Like, if y'all really believed in God, you really believed in heaven and hell. No, you believe in Esau. You believe in Esau. Because y'all don't move with fear. Y'all not actually fearful of going to hell. Otherwise, you wouldn't be living the way you're living. But it said, and in the death of a man, there is no remedy. There's no way around it. No one has the power to retain the spirit. Once BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI says your time is up. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave, right? But Yahawashi showed us that that's not the case. And Lord's will, that's going to be the elect. All right. Now jumping down to verse 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present. YOLO, right? And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. That's that thing, that justice shit. Nigga always talking about justice. They're always talking about, this is my justice. Anime especially always talking about justice, justice, justice. I don't know what justice is, man. Y'all are wicked as hell, man. Y'all do not know what justice is, but they're always talking about justice. Esau always talking about justice. Nigga, locking someone up in prison for 60 to 100 years is not justice. Locking up an innocent so-called black man because you got the description wrong, that's justice. Your justice system that favors Edomites and gives them lower sentences or just house arrest or some shit, versus a Jake that's smoking marijuana gets 20 years. That's justice? Okay. So it said, let our strength be the law of justice, their own corrupt justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. Exactly, the ones that depart from evil make it themselves a prey. So they're targeting the righteous, because what? He is not for our turn, and he is clean, contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy the transgressings of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh power, and he calleth himself the child of HaAdawan. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Brother Isaiah went into a lesson on that. We was made to reprove the so-called white man Esau Edom. Okay, we are the protagonist. He is the main antagonist, man. And then down to verse 21. Such things they did imagine. They imagined a whole lot of vain wickedness, and were deceived by the pride of your heart. You have been deceived, Edom, Esau, Edom, Obadiah. For their own wickedness hath blinded them. As for the mysteries of Yahweh power, they knew them not. Neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. Because it's always been that, look, you follow after righteousness, the Lord's going to smile upon you. Or you have the reward of the kingdom waiting for you. All right. For the Israelites, I mean, you heathens' best bet would just be to just look. Your best bet is submit. I mean, especially now in this present time, you could hope that you're an Israelite. You could do your best to submit unto the truth. Hope you're an Israelite. Rehearse the righteous acts to the best of your ability. You know. And Lord willing, the Lord will have mercy on you. But the heathens aren't going to do that. They're going to, in their pride, they're going to just do whatever they want to do and just stay wicked. You know? But really, they know that it's not for them anyway. They know that the kingdom's not for them anyway. So really, their whole thing, when it goes into how they said, you know, let's lie and wait for the righteous, they just want to come after Jake. They want to persecute Israelites, make their lives a living hell, and break our faith, break our integrity. Like, because misery loves company type shit. So they know that they know the truth. They know the kingdom is not for them. They just want to pursue wickedness wholeheartedly and take us down with them, pretty much. I mean, that's what he wants to do with the Charagma, is make us take that, get marked with that beast mark, and basically worship him, and abandon our heritage, abandon YAHAWASHI and YAHAWASHI. But anyway, he said, verse 23, for Yahweh power created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Okay. But basically, this whole chapter is very insightful into how this devil thinks, breathes, feels, operates. This is him. This is Esau Edom. And anybody that hold to his side, like it said. Because the devil, not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, is talking about a man on the earth that is completely aligned and represents wickedness, and that's the nation of Edom. Okay, and anybody that cleaves unto them and follows after their ways, you know. And that's the godless people that say in their heart that there is no God. In fact, they want to be God. That's Esau Edom, man. So before I get this last scripture that I want to read this text commentary these little excerpts from David Guzik. Okay, just further going into how there is a right and wrong, there is a good and evil. It's plain upon tables. There's no blurred lines, there's no gray area, there's no moral. He also said, like, there is no vague moral neutral. Okay? So, oh yeah, there it is. It actually says it right here. So first, let me read this part. All right, this is the David Guzik commentary, study guide for Genesis 1. You can find this in the Blue Letter Bible app, maybe on the website too. I don't know how to navigate the website because I don't usually use it. I'm usually using the Blue Letter Bible app. You just hit the 3 bars, go to text commentaries, and you can find it. That says David Guzik right there. You should be able to find it on the website too, though. But it says here, we come to the, and I'm not gonna lie, man, I really do love how he worded this. Okay? It says, we come to the Bible believing it is the place where the Most High has spoken to man perfectly and comprehensively. We believe what is written in 2 Timothy 3:16-17. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of Yahweh power may be complete, thoroughly equipped for every good work, or thoroughly furnished, I believe the KJV says. He said we can study God, but we can't put him under a microscope or test him in a laboratory. We can only confidently know about him what he chooses to reveal to us. We are also confident, because his ways is not our ways. His ways are higher than ours. His thoughts are higher than ours. We cannot even begin to comprehend his splendor, his magnificence, his genius, his pure wisdom. Okay? We are also confident that that's the thing about Esau, man. He always want to test everything. He wants to be God, man. Look, we don't need to research and find out why, the Lord said circumcise your males, your man-childs on the 8th day. Okay? To be honest, I don't need to know that vitamin K is released on the 8th day and allows the blood to clot and heal faster. I don't really care about that. All I need to know is the Lord said do it, I'm going to do it. It's that simple. I don't need to know that fucking pork clogs my arteries if I eat it. I don't care. I'm not going to eat pork. But Esau in his pride wants to search out everything and try to put himself on a pedestal. We don't need to know all this stuff to be real. We really don't. What the Lord wants to reveal to us, how he wants our knowledge to increase, okay, it's the Lord's will, but your prideful ass want to go and test everything and test tube shit, nigga, you through. Okay? You wicked as hell. So we are also confident that what he chooses to tell us is profitable and useful for us. Period. Okay? We're confident in that. Y'all should be. Lord's will we are. Okay? But look at that. That's perfect right there. You know what I'm saying? Now they do go off. They don't have full understanding. But it's good to read some of these because these put a nice perspective on it. A strong, perspective on things sometimes. Now this also was for Genesis 1, a different part. When you scroll down further, it said for this portion, and YAHAWAH, because that's what it was, saw that it was good. Okay? Everything that YAHAWASHI and the powers of heaven, right, created by the will of Yahweh, they saw that it was good. like inherently the creations are good. Like, think about that. We're just talking about like plant life and stuff, and light, just light. It is good. The energy, the, you know, everything is just good. You know what I mean? He said the Most High knows what is good. He is not some vague moral neutral, right? It's not no, well, this might be this, maybe if, ands, or buts. This is a little bit confusing, or what if this, what if that. No, it's not vague. It's not unclear. It's very clear, right? Moral neutral, like, well, that's not good or bad. It's just whatever, you know. No, the scriptures literally say all these things, all these particular things. Matter of fact, I'll get it. In Sirach 39 and verse 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning. Okay? Going all the way back to Genesis. They are good. The good things were created for the good from the beginning. So evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. They're inherently good, bro. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. Like it says in Ecclesiastes, for the Lord made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. So it's Esau mainly that turned things bad. Okay? He turned things bad. He makes things for improper, impure uses. Okay? He's turning good things bad. Perfect example, the rainbow, which was a sign for Noah, okay, of mercy. You know? That he's not going to flood the earth again. This nigga, how the fuck you take the rainbow and turn it into a damn Skittle flag, you know, something for sodomites, parading it around. And you know, that's what Esau does. He takes everything and just butchers it and makes it completely impure and disgusting. That's what Esau does, man. Like, how do you take something as beautiful as the rainbow and just turn it into something wicked and disgusting? That's what Esau does, man. So back to the commentary, it said, he's not some vague moral neutral. He knows what is good and organizes his creation to result in something good. The Most High does not call the earth good until it has become habitable, a place where man can live. Showing you that, well, the Lord created it for the good of his creation, mainly for the good of his people, his chosen people, the Israelites. You know? And then, this is somewhat unrelated, but a good point he also makes down here. It says, let the earth bring forth every herb that yields seed, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the power saw that it was good. And he says some use this passage to justify the use of drugs, especially marijuana, right? Herbs yielding seed. Like, well, brother, marijuana is a seed. That's how I planted it, brother. That's how I grew it. I grew my own marijuana. I'm not, you know, right? Because grass and every herb came forth at the Most High's command. But certainly not every herb is good for every purpose. And that's a good ass point, right? Hemlock is natural but not good. And I believe hemlock is a poisonous damn plant, right? Now, it is inherently good, as in the Lord didn't create it for no reason. It has its purpose in the ecosystem. But are you going to take some damn hemlock? Are you going to take some poison ivy and just rub it on yourself? You know? Are you going to just take some hemlock and brew a tea? No, that's going to kill you. It's going to get you sick. So just because marijuana makes you feel good, it alleviates some stress, that's good for you. But your lungs is black, you're coughing, your reaction time is all messed up and slow. You're slow. You're getting all messed up in the head. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting sleep, and you eating whatever you can find. So that's good for you because it's an herb bearing seed. But like he mentioned, hemlock is natural too, but it's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? So no, you're not supposed to just be smoking shit. But anyway, it was just something I wanted to mention. But that's pretty much everything I had. So I guess the main point, right, with all this that I was seeing is, well, look, there is a good, there is an evil. It's not no up for interpretation. That's why the world is so damn corrupt and messed up today, is because people think that, you know, it's a gray area to shit when it's not. People think that, you know, God doesn't rule in the kingdom of men, but YAHAWASHI does. There is a power. There is an almighty most high God. Alright, and that is YAHAWASHI. Y'all been lied to, y'all been misguided, y'all been lost, but the truth is out. The men of the Lord are out there on the highways and hedges preaching the truth, and there's no way around it. And it just so happens that the Lord is dealing with the Israelites. Okay, but best believe order will be reestablished on the planet Earth. So I want to read 2 Thessalonians 7:1. And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when HALALYAM and Yahawashi shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh power, and that obey not the gospel of Adonai Yahawashi HaMashiach, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of Ha'adwan and from the glory of his power, when he shall come to be glorified in his saints, and to be admired in all them that believe, because our testimony among you was believed in that day. Wherefore also we pray always for you, that our power would count you worthy of this calling, and fulfill all the good pleasure of his goodness, and the work of faith with power, that the name of Adonai Yahawashi HaMashiach may be glorified in you, and ye in him, according to the grace of our power, and Adonai Yahawashi HaMashiach. So I'll just end it right there. I pray the lesson was edifying, exhorting, and uplifting to the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. So why do YAHAWASHI Yahawashi Kaya QADASH bestowed upon me to bring out this lesson and push forth this word. Hey, keep pushing, keep praying, keep fasting, keep enduring, keep striving for the truth unto death, and YAHAWASHI Yahawashi shall fight for thee. And keep abiding in the faith. Abide with Baal, Kwam Yasharallah, stay strong, we're almost home. Shalom, Barakim, Lahabachariam, meaning peace and blessings to the elect. Yahweh Shemel Shai Ratazam may be a part of that number. And blessings, honor, glory, and power be unto Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Tham Yad, Walai, Walamyam, always and forever. Shalom.